Hi and welcome back to the channel, and today we have a London Underground station game which is on londonmetromemory.com, and I believe that this is a game which you can take a break from rather than having to do it all within a specified time. However, I'm going to give myself a time limit of 20-25 minutes in which to get as many of these tube stations as possible. I'm hoping to get 75% as a minimum, but I believe I'm going to find this quite difficult as it does seem to include the Elizabeth line, overground stations, and perhaps even the Wimbledon trams, which I'm not as familiar with as actual London Underground tube stations. If we have time after that, I also have a quiz on Sporkle.com for most common words on the London Underground map, which is a 9-minute quiz by Peshnek. 67 answers there, but let's see how we get on with this first game. Links for both of these quizzes are in the description if you want to play along to try and beat my score. But with this first one, I'm going to start a stopwatch now, and away we go. So I think the best way to tackle this would be to start with a certain line. So let's start with Heathrow Terminal 1, 2, 3. On the Piccadilly line, Heathrow Terminal 4, Heathrow Terminal 5. Before Heathrow to the east, we have Haddon Cross. Working our way to the east, Hounslow West, Hounslow Central, Hounslow East, then Osterley, Boston Manor, Northfields, South Ealing, Acton Town. Now, in between Acton Town and Hammersmith, there's many stations which are on the District line, which I'll tackle when we deal with the District line. In the meantime, I'm going to continue with the Piccadilly line, Barons Court, Earls Court. Likewise, in between Barons Court and Earls Court, there is a station which is on the District line, which I'm going to pass over for the time being. But we have Gloucester Road, South Kensington, Hyde Park Corner, in between Hyde Park Corner and Knightsbridge, Hyde Park Corner, Green Park, Piccadilly Circus, Leicester Square, Covent Garden, then Holborn. I believe next is Russell Square, King's Cross, St Pancras, Caledonian Road, Holloway Road, Arsenal, then Finsbury Park is next, Manor House, or Turnpike Lane, Manor House, Turnpike Lane. There was one in between which I've missed, but we'll come back to. After Turnpike Lane, is it Bounds Green? Wood Green, Bounds Green, Southgate, Oakwood, Cockfosters. I've missed a couple out in between, which I may have to come back to. This one here, I believe, is Arnos Grove. So Arnos Grove, Wood Green. So in between Turnpike Lane and Manor House. I'm not too sure if there is one actually. I think that's a different line. So I believe that is the Piccadilly line done and dusted for that branch anyway, but I'm going to work my way from Acton Town north on this branch, which I believe we've got Ealing Common, which may just be on the district line actually. Park Royal, in between Park Royal and Ealing Common, there's another station, North Ealing. Park Royal, this would be Alperton here. This would be Sudbury Town, and Sudbury Hill. Rayners Lane is next door. We have South Harrow, then Rayners Lane. You don't have to do this in any particular order. I'm sure you can just type in as they come to mind. Eastcote, yes. Ruislip. In between Eastcote and, is this Ruislip Manor? Yeah, there we go. Ruislip, Ickenham, Hillingdon, and Uxbridge. So let's see, but I believe that's, well, we got 52 out of 53 on the Piccadilly line. It's a shame you have to scroll all the way up to the top there to, and it gets rid of the map. But we'll move on to the district line, and we've lost 5 minutes. I think the 20-minute timer I gave myself was a little slim. Kew Bridge, it's not Kew Bridge, it's Kew Gardens. Gunnersbury, Chiswick Park. I'm going to collect Ealing Broadway now and work my way back across the district line. So Chiswick Park, Turnham Green, Ravenscourt Park. I must have hit some sort of achievement there. Stamford Brook, West Kensington. So I'm going to do this little branch first, from Oscott South and West Brompton. Is it Fulham Broadway next? I think it might be Fulham Broadway, then Parsons Green, Putney Bridge, Putney East, or is it East Putney? Putney East, East Putney, even though it's clearly South Putney. South Fields, Wimbledon Park, and Wimbledon. So we'll go back up to Earls Court and we'll quickly do Kensington Olympia, High Street Kensington, Paddington. I've reached 20%. In between High Street Kensington and Paddington we have Bayswater and Notting Hill Gate. We have Edgware Road, and I believe that is that arm of the district line. So we'll, from Gloucester Road, we missed South Kensington, and I think that will, no, I've already got South Kensington. So I don't know what we're missing on the Piccadilly line, but I'll collect that at some point. After South Kensington, Sloane Square, Victoria, St James Park, Westminster, Embankment, Temple. Temple is a Blackfriars. Blackfriars, Mansion House, Monument, Tower Hill, Aldgate, Aldgate East, Whitechapel, Stepney Green, Bow Road, missing one, is it Bromley by Bow? It's in between Stepney Green and Bow Road. I'm missing one. I'll come back to that one. I think it might be Mile End. There we go. Bromley by Bow, then West Ham, Plaistow, Upton Park, East Ham, Dagenham, Heathway, East Dagenham, there's Dagenham East, so in between East Ham and Dagenham Heathway we have a few missing. I believe one is Becontree, Upney, and what's here? Barking? There we go. Dagenham East. Now this is getting towards the end. So this is Upminster Bridge, Elm Park and Hornchurch. I may have got them the wrong way round. Elm Park, Hornchurch, Upminster Bridge and Upminster. And that should have given us all the stations on the District Line, and we've gone through 11 minutes of our allocated time. On the Central Line now, I'm going to tackle the Central Line next. So Ealing Broadway we've already got, but we haven't got West Acton. Is this North Acton? And White City. Missed out East Acton, White City, Shepherd's Bush, Market. It's on a different line. That is on the Hammersmith and City Line, but after Shepherd's Bush we have Holland Park. Notting Hill Gate we already have. What is that beneath Bayswater? Would that be Lancaster Gate? No, it would be Queensway. Lancaster Gate. Marble Arch. Oxford Circus. Or wherever there. Bond Street we've missed. Tottenham Court Road. Chancery Lane, Liverpool Street. I'm not too sure what is in between Chancery Lane and Liverpool Street. Could this be Farringdon? No, I'll have to come back to this one. And I don't have to at all, it is St Paul's. It just came to me. This one I believe is Bethnal Green. And the further out of London we get, the trickier it gets. I'm not too sure what that one is. Potentially Stratford. No, Stratford is one more. Although this seems to be a stop for a different line. As I say, Elizabeth Line is going to make this tricky. So after Stratford we have Leighton and Leytonstone. This is where it splits, and we call it the Hainault Loop. So there's Hainault, goes off that way, but one of these is Woodford and South Woodford. South Woodford. I'm not entirely sure what these two stations are, but we aren't going to get all of these. It's a very, very challenging, difficult quiz. Gants Hill, Grange Hill, Newbury Park, Roding Valley, and yeah, I'm not too sure if I can get any more on this loop. Chigwell. Yeah, Fairlop is one of these, and Barkingside. Quite sure what these two might be. I'll have to skip over them and come back. So we're getting out of here. The end of the line is Epping, but before we have Debden, Thaden, Boyce, Buckhurst Hill is one of these. Debden. Yeah, I'm not too sure what this one is in between, so I'll have to return to that. And let's start with the south of the Northern Line with Morden, South Wimbledon, Colliers Wood. So Tooting and Tooting back, Tooting back, Tooting Broadway. Oval is all the way up there, got loads in between. So these will be Clapham, Balham, and the Claphams. So Clapham South, Clapham North, and Clapham Common. So we've got Oval. Have we done Kennington? Oval. So this one is Stockwell, and we have two new stations here, which would be Nine Elms and Battersea Power Station. So Kennington, Elephant and Castle, Waterloo, so London Bridge, Borough. I think I might have to increase the time. I give myself to 30 minutes on this because I'm determined to get as many as possible, and at the moment I only have 46%, so I'm going to give myself 30 minutes to try and get 75% of these, and I will call that a job well done. So we have Charing Cross. Missing a few Zone 1 stations. We'll go up this way because we've got Moorgate somewhere here. Bank. Still bugging me what this one could be. And it's Cannon Street. As soon as I saw the bridge, I realised what station it was. This has even got the DLR, which I'll put in Tower Gateway just as a reminder that the DLR stations are on here, but this makes it ridiculously hard. So yeah, it's a good job that you don't have to do this all in one sitting. You can return to it as and when you need to, whatever. So I could close this down for the night and return to it the next day. What do we have here? So it's a big station near King's Cross, Euston. We also have Euston Square, Camden Town, Mornington Crescent.
Mornington Crescent, yes.
Kentish Town. Now I'm going to have to go up this way because I know this branch a little better. We've got Chalk Farm, Golders Green, Hendon Central, Hampstead. While I think about it, Hampstead Heath. I think a quiz like this would be a doddle for someone like Jay Foreman, the comedian, who has performed a song where he lists all the London Underground stations in about 2 minutes. So Stratford, but you've got West Ham, Canning Town, North Greenwich, Canary Wharf. So again, we've got DLR stations here, which, yeah, it's very, very difficult to get. Southwark is there, Bermondsey is there. So we're going to go up to North London. That has to be Baker Street. Since we're near Regent's Park can go there. So from Baker Street we're going, and is this, so this is St John's Wood and Swiss Cottage. Not 100% sure what I'm missing on the in between Baker Street and Edgware Road on the Jubilee line. Marylebone? Yes. That's not on the Jubilee line though, I'm sure it's on the Baker Loop. So, Swiss Cottage, West Hampstead. Missing one in between. Could that be Kilburn or something like that? Kilburn Park. Kilburn Park. Still in between Swiss Cottage and West Hampstead. We are missing one. But I gave myself an additional 9 minutes and I'm nowhere near 75%. We'll start with the end of the line. Stanmore. This would be Edgware. Yes. Cannons Park. We have Kingsbury and Queensbury. Yeah. Wembley Park. Wembley Central, which is on a different line, but I will type it in nonetheless. Dollis Hill. I'm gonna go back to familiar ground and get some of these on the Hammersmith and City. Goldhawk Road. This is Wood Lane. And we have Latimer Road, which is nowhere near Latimer Road. So Latimer Road station is there, but Latimer Road is actually one of these roads up here. So this one I believe is Royal Oak. Did we have something in between Royal Oak and Paddington, or we had something here? This is where everyone goes to for the Notting Hill Carnival, and it's Westbourne Park. Yep, there we go. So what's next to Regent's Park here? Could this be Great Portland Street? There we go. An anagram of Great Portland Street is Gentle Prostrated Rat. If that ever comes up in a pub quiz, what is the anagram? What tube station is that an anagram for? Now you know. So I'm gonna type in stations as I believe I'll get them as they come to me. Barbican, these two here, we have Old Street and Angel. Highbury and Islington. Brixton, Walthamstow Central. So just over 5 minutes left, and I'm gonna type in as many stations that come to me as possible, over abandoning the idea of trying to do them in any sort of order. Is it Cheshire? Yeah. We've also got Chesham, what's this? Amersham, Chalfont and Latimer, Moor Park, Rickmansworth, Croxley, Watford, and we have Watford Junction, Watford High Street, Clapham Junction. So this is Imperial Wharf, this one here. Would we have Battersea Park? There is a Battersea Park station, but for some reason it's never listed on tube maps. Queenstown Road, Clapham High Street, Wandsworth Road. So, got Brixton, Stockwell, Vauxhall, Pimlico, and 4 minutes left. What is my score? 65%. I'm gonna fall short, but I think I've had a valiant effort at this. But let's try and get a few more. Queen's Park. So if we go up this way, we've got Highgate, Upper Holloway, Archway, Totteridge, and Whetstone, High Barnet. Now we've got this isolated station here, which is Mill Hill East. The original design for this was to, I believe it was to link up with Edgware and continue on to sort of the Watford area. What else do we have? We haven't got any of the Finchleys yet. So Finchley Road, Finchley Central, East Finchley, West Finchley, Finchley Road, and Frognall. So yeah, there's loads on the overground line which I've got no chance at all in getting. I might just get Willesden Green, is it? Or Willesden Junction. We've got Bronsbury and Bronsbury Park. Gospel Oak, and any more I can think of in a minute and a half. Cambridge Heath, Clapton, Hackney Downs, Hackney Central. So yeah, let's try and get at least some of these. DLR station's got East India, West Ferry, All Saints, Poplar, Mudchute, Best name ever. Island Gardens. Cross Harbour. Shadwell. Limehouse. What's it here? King George V. Beckton Park. Woolwich. Arsenal. And that's it. That's the end of the time I allocated myself. I didn't even really get started on the Elizabeth line. That would be Reading there, just to confirm. Reading. So I've stolen one there, but how did I do? I gave myself a target of 75%. Not bad, 71.8%. I'll take that all day long. As I mentioned in the intro, this is something which you can take a break from and go back to when you have more time. You don't have to do it all in one go. I gave myself 30 minutes, 5 minutes more than I intended to, and I did okay. I didn't do too bad, but let's move on. And we've got 9 minutes to name the most commonly occurring words on the London Tube map. So 9 minutes, 67 answers. Let's go. So road, street, north, south, east, west. What would be the top word? Maybe park, road, street, not avenue, because there's only one tube station called Avenue, and that would be Warwick Avenue. David Duffy's favourite station, or her least favourite, depending on the way you view that song. Common, hill, bridge, green, city, town. But we've also got town names, like Finchley appears a number of times, and so does Hounslow, Heathrow, Clapham, Ealing, Acton, Sudbury, no Sudbury, Watford, Ireland. So 21 out of 67. Nearly 2 minutes gone. This is a little trickier than I thought, even having played that game a few moments before. But what do we have? Dagenham. Now I've got to think on the likes of the lines of road, hill, street, so on. So it would be suffixes, and we have manor, house, Kensington, high, and the, Saint, yeah, this is not as easy as I thought. Court, cross, I've got lane, so working our way just from the Piccadilly line, say we have Cockfosters, Oak, No, it's yeah, this is not very easy at all. Even thinking of stations which are closest to me, like Turnham Green and Chiswick Park. I've already got Park, I've already got Green. But, Gate. Crescent. No. Got Park, not Road. This is very, very tricky. Vale. Maida Vale was the station I completely forgot about on that previous quiz. Wembley? Over half the time has gone, and yeah, my mind is a blank. Brent, as in Brent Cross. Cross we've already got. Great. Putney. Wimbledon. Yeah, Wimbledon's one of them. Square. Circus. Oh, it's only Piccadilly Circus and Oxford Circus, I suppose. But we do have Tower. No, it's only Tower Hill and Tower Gateway. Very, very difficult. I'll be happy if I got to 40 on this with the amount of time we have remaining. I'm thinking maybe Tottenham, yeah, because we've got South Tottenham, Tottenham Hale and Tottenham Court Road. I was just thinking football teams, because there's only one Arsenal on the tube map, but Tottenham are there 3 times, so 3-1 to Tottenham, I suppose. But there's, how many times does Fulham appear? Just once. Grove. Central. Common. I've already got Common. King and Queen. So I've got to 40, that was my score I hope to get to. Anything beyond this is a bonus, and with the time remaining I'm not very hopeful that I'll get any. Upper, lower, Hampstead, get in there. Kilburn, Edgware, because there's 2 Edgware roads and 1 Edgware, so yes, get in there. I've already got Wembley. So 24 left to get and no time to get them in. I did better than I believed I would. So we get collect Ruislip as well. But I think this will be the end of the line. All change please. Yeah. Just seeing out the 16 seconds that we have left. I'm not going to get any more of these, and I'm sure I'll kick myself when I see some of the answers that appear, especially the one which appears 8 times. Out of time. Junction. So I've got Clapham, but not Junction. Wood. Yep, I should have got Wood, and I really should have got Harrow, considering I did start doing like areas and boroughs. New, I don't think I would have got. Royal, probably not. Broadway, I should have got Broadway. I should have got Gardens. I wouldn't have thought of Greenwich in the time available. Key, I wouldn't have thought of. Beckenham, I wouldn't have thought of. Bow, no, I probably wouldn't have got that. Bush, yes, Shepherd's Bush isn't too far from where I live. Croydon, yeah. Going through boroughs, I might have got to Croydon eventually. The same with Hackney. I don't think I would have thought of End. London, such an obvious answer, but yeah, I didn't get it. Mill, I probably wouldn't have got. Mitcham, again, if I'd gone through boroughs, I might have got to Mitcham and Morden and Stratford and Sutton. So I got Heathrow, but I didn't even think about doing terminals. And Tooting, no, I probably wouldn't have got Tooting, because you got Tooting Beck and Tooting Broadway, but I don't know another station with Tooting. It must be Tooting High Street, maybe, on the tram link. But anyway, I'm not too disappointed with a 44 out of 67 score, and on this 71.8%, and that included getting all the stations on the District Line, all the stations on the Piccadilly, nearly all the stations on the Northern Line, 46 out of 52, 14 out of 16 on the Victoria, 40 out of 112, and the fact that there's 112 stations on the Overground alone is madness. And the Elizabeth Line, yeah, this is really tricky, but as I say, this is something that you can come back to. You don't have to complete it all in one go. Anyway, when it comes to these two quizzes, I hope they are enjoyed. Let me know how you get on in the comments. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.